Hi guys, I'm Sam and welcome back to the Unity of Life. Now, if you've been watching some of our videos, you'll know that an awful lot of them have been animal related recently. But if you are new to the channel, you probably won't realise that half of this channel is dedicated to animals and half of this is dedicated to racing. There is a reason behind all of this, but I don't want to say too much on it in case things don't happen, because life gets in the way, you know, and things don't always go to plan. So today we are going to be deep diving into the exciting world of female racing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off talking about some organisations that exist that purely are there to help more females get immersed into the world of motorsports. So it's not necessarily going into Formula 1, although to see a female racer actually compete against men in Formula 1 would be awesome. I'm not gonna lie, because apparently the last time something like this happened was like over 4 years ago or something now. I'm not quite sure on that myself, but yeah, it's been a long time, and females don't seem to get into that sport a lot. But I'm going to talk more about my thought process on that in later videos. Bearing in mind, like I keep saying, racing is not really my forte. It's not something that I know an awful lot about, but it does interest me, and I am a huge feminist, and the fact that there's not a lot of females in there is what interests me the most, and I want to learn more about why that is the reason. So we're gonna start with the Bwrdc, and I do have to keep looking down because on my notes, because I'm dyslexic and abbreviations with letters is hard for me to remember. So what is the Bwrdc? Because I keep forgetting about the D for some reason. So it's the British Women's Racing Drivers Club, which was actually formed in 1962. Which is a bit of a shock, actually, because when you think about females and motor racing, it's something that has come into this last sort of decade, and more. It's like become a lot more popular in this last decade, and you know, as we go on for these videos, you'll see what I'm on about. You discover that, but that's later on. So this was set up by a woman named Mary Wheeler, who had an MBE. So she was obviously that's a heck of a reward to win anyway. So, and the aim of this was to be promoting and supporting women of all forms of motor sports. So I actually went onto that website, and anybody can literally join. If you've done any type of racing, that's to do with like cars, if it's karting or anything to do with like actual cars and stuff, then you can actually apply and be a member of this club, and they will give you the recognition that you deserve, because you know you've taken part, you participated as a woman, and you've done some of these. And they have a heritage site, so we're going to go through the women that are on this heritage site, because this heritage site obviously starts off in the 60s and it goes right up to the present day, and it is full of women, a lot of women that I've not heard of. A few names stood out. So Claire Williams is on there, Susie Wolf was on there, and Desiree Wilson was also on there. So we're going to do some videos on all these women, because I feel as if a lot of YouTube videos and stuff, or even a lot of things out there to do with publicity and stuff, is all about men and Formula 1 and all that racing, and I want to make people aware that there are these female drivers and give them the recognition that they deserve. And hopefully you actually hear about organisations that you would never have heard of before, and you might want to get in touch with them and become members and stuff. You know, especially if you're a female and you actually I've got more courage than I have and actually get behind the wheel and drive in a racing thing. Because I mean, I can drive. I have got a license to drive a car, but that is on the road, and that's as far as that goes. So even though it would, I'm not going to lie, it would be cool to try racing out, and you know, in the right environment with the right coaching and things, which you can have the opportunity to do so, which we'll get onto in the next video. So back to the British Women's Racing Driver Club. So they have over 50 years of history, which is huge, and that's kind of why I want to go through each individual driver that they have in their heritage, because it's over 50 years. And obviously a lot of women 50 years ago did not have a lot of rights. A lot of them were still expected to be housewives and stay at home and look after their husbands and their children, and you know, because they couldn't love another woman, say, if they were part of the LGBTQ plus. They were forced to stay hidden, unfortunately, like 50 years ago. That is not so much the case now, but obviously they still face prejudice, and you know, some quite nasty comments. That's gone off on a little bit of a tangent, but we will be discussing stuff like that in more details in future videos. Because in case you're not aware, the unity of life, it's literally is set up for you to learn to respect every walk of life on this planet, whether that is an animal that's got four, because remember, we're animals too, but I'm about animals that have got like four non-human animals, shall we say, so that's everything that's not classed as a human, but we can't respect animals unless we respect ourselves as people. So that's why we're going to talk about things like the LGBTQ plus and racism and, you know, things along those lines. So the members of this British Women Racing Drivers Club complete some of the most famous championships and things that are available to women. So there's a bit of a clue there that are available to women, which I don't know if there's an awful lot, but and you know, they get trophies that are presented at an annual awards dinner each February, which I think is pretty cool, because at least they're getting recognised in one way or another. So there's a lot on their website about things, and they also have like awards that are bestowed upon women for outstanding performances or just services to motorsports in general. So they might not necessarily be a woman who's driving a car as such, but they've helped shape motorsports in some way for women, and they get a little award ceremony of their own. So there's not an awful lot on their website about about them. Like I said, the very interesting page that I found on their website was their heritage. There is a lot more information on their website, so you want to go and check that out, and it tells you stuff how to imply and things, and a little bit of an interesting story about this. When I was setting this Unity of Life channel up, you may or may not be aware we have an Instagram account. We have more followers on our Instagram than we do have subscribers, which is a bit strange, but we don't get many likes, but we've got a lot of followers anyway. So what had happened was this, because it tells you on their website who's who, right? So you've got these different people on chairs, and their social media woman, Shelley, I think she's called, that I remember correctly, because I'm not going to remember her names. She actually followed the Unity of Life and me on my personal account, actually. Yeah, so that was that was a shock, but it was a nice, pleasant shock and a surprise, and it really excited me because it meant that maybe I was getting some recognition, because the plans that I have planned in the future will involve me contacting certain people to see if they will work with us. I don't want to go into too much detail about it in case nothing happens, but it was an exciting, it opens a door, a potential door, shall we say. And I also follow these guys on Instagram. So yeah, they put like quite a lot on their social media as well. I mean, I know our social media lacks a little bit, but it's only me. If they had a team of people, it might be a little bit better, but yeah, there's only me at the moment. Hopefully in the future we'll have a team, but yeah, so I just wanted to let people know that this club exists, you know. And if you have been, you're sitting there and you're a woman and you've done some motor racing and you've not got the recognition that you deserve, go check out their website and join them. Just, you know, and then at least you're going to get some recognition, which is what we all need. So that's literally all I've got to say for today, because I want to try and keep these videos short. I'll see you in the next video. If you have liked this this video or any of the other content I've been doing, then you click down here somewhere. There'll be a picture of my face, a very done up face. I have makeup on that face, which doesn't happen often. But if you click on that face, you will be able to subscribe. Yay! Because all the subscribers count, you know. The more subscribers we have, the more people we can help. And over here, if you like any of this, there'll be like a playlist of videos that you can watch that are linked to this one. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!